Today we're joined by Dr. Ansab Khalid, one of our PhD graduates here at Asia University. We'll be hearing a bit about his experience and what inspired his journey and his thoughts after completing the program. So, Dr. Ansab, what made you choose Asia University for your PhD journey?
Well, first thing that I want to congratulate you was on pronouncing my name correctly.
Thank you.
I believe that I was, when I chose AAU, that was right in the COVID time. So during that time, I explored multiple universities. However, AAU seemed to be the most reputable one in terms of distance learning PhD, and it was recognized internationally. And considering that, and considering by talking to a few people as well who were previous alumni, I had that believe in AAU, and I believe that it would be the right fit for me.
How would you describe your learning experience at AEU?
I think it was very flexible in terms of it was very self-paced. So considering me working full time and having a family and having a son, it gets really difficult at times to maintain everything. But because of the flexible structure, and most importantly, my supervisors, they were very helpful and they were very supportive in terms of my time schedule and in terms of providing me feedback as well.
What's one thing you gained from your PhD that really shaped how you see your work or life today?
One thing that I've gained from this degree is knowing and acknowledging that I have expertise in an area that very few in the world have, and I've been talking to different people and presenting my work to different companies in the corporate sector as well as academia. So working on something new and unique makes you stand out in the world.
Can you share what your research was about and what inspired you to choose that topic?
So I actually started with more like from a clinical psychology point of view, and during I think 3 4 months into it, I wanted to change my the final research, and I changed it to understanding psychological attributes of individual using their profile pictures, specifically on LinkedIn, because I also felt like the way that you express yourself using your profile pictures, like on Instagram and on WhatsApp, I always knew that there is some psychological thought processes behind it. And if we can tap into those psychological thought process, we can tap into one's psychological attributes and their decision making skills. So my final research was on assessing leadership potential using the LinkedIn profile pictures. And that's useful for the corporate world because if you want your company to grow, you want good leaders. And leadership tests are psychometric testing are very long, and they're kind of outdated and does not meet the requirement of the modern world. So I took that opportunity to create this psychological tool in which if somebody applies for a job, this tool can be used by HR professionals to assess the leadership potential and then do recruitment and selection.
Was there a moment during your studies that you always remember?
I thought that I really can't continue with full-time work and being a family man and a PhD going on and data collection and all that. And that one moment specifically that I remember is specifically my wife supporting me, and she left me in the room for a few days, and she said, "I'll give you full support by disappearing for a few days, so you can actually work on your thesis." She's been very supportive throughout my journey.
What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about starting their PhD journey?
Best advice I would give is just to get started. I've personally seen a lot of people who are very capable and have full potential to complete their PhDs, but they can't because of the time constraint. So the only advice I would give to aspirants of PhD is whenever they get a chance, just get started. Just get started with what you have, because we never know what's going to happen a year later or 2 years later. You might never get an opportunity again. So, whenever you have a chance, you should start right away.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Ansab, for sharing your story with us. I think it's always inspiring to hear from our graduates and see how they're making an impact in their fields. And congrats again.
Thank you so
Congratulations
much.
again. And we wish you all the best in your academic journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate it.